Just Incredible here with a Mega Man X2 speedrun tutorial on Bubble Crab stage. This is one of the shorter stages of the game, but the only things that you really have to worry about are neon jumps and the boss fight. Everything else is rather simple. So, at the start, you're just going to stay to the ground, just dash off these little ledges, and then once you get to this point here, you want to dash jump right at the very corner of these two, I guess you can call that a one block wall, I guess. But do a full jump, and you're going to clear this entire ground section. And you want to stick to close to this wall here, but don't touch it, because you want to retain your dash jump speed, which is what you need to get through this section without having to redash or hit the fish. It is possible. You don't need to use a strap chain to help you get over far enough if you time it correctly. But as X's head passes under the ceiling of this first ceiling section here, hold left, and if you hold left enough, or do it soon enough but not too soon, you'll pass all these fish to the right. But as you fall, you want to turn X back facing right and fire a couple of X-Buster Lemons to kill one or two fish. This is solely to reduce lag as you come down the chasm into the deeper part of the sea. And once you pass the fish, you want to weapon swap over to Sonic Slicer and charge up to full. And you want to maintain your dash speed so that you don't clip any of these ceilings as you pass down this chasm. Because if you end up hitting one or touching one and not redashing again before you lose control here, you'll end up on this ledge here, and that's kind of bad. But if you do this correctly, you'll end up right here where this red line is. You'll lose control when the sub emerges, and you'll fall straight down in the ground. So, to demonstrate. Now, I didn't get the chance to get the guy, but you notice that I hit a wall, and I pressed dash immediately to get my speed back, and I was still able to reach the bottom. So that was okay. So for the next section, as the sub passes over, you're automatically gonna touch its searchlight, which there's nothing you can do about that. But it'll start shooting a laser beam, and when that laser beam reaches about this angle here, you're going to dash and release the charged slicer right under the lens, I guess you can call it, that fires laser. And all 5 blades will spread out and kill everything on the bottom of the sub, which is enough to destroy it. It's very important that you kill the sub, because if you leave the sub alive, not only is it going to interfere in your ability to do neon jumps up to this heart tank, but it's also going to cause lag for the rest of the stage, which is something you don't want. So, whether you decide to do neon jumps or just do the standard precise dash jump off the wall to get here, you're going to do a surface jump, which means you're going to jump off the water, which is something you could do in Mega Man X2 and 3 that you cannot do in X1. The surface of the water is actually a pseudo-ledge. You can't physically stand on it, but if you jump within a certain pixel range of the surface of the water, you're able to jump as if you were on the ground. Very useful mechanic that you'll see in this stage. Not only to get this heart tank, but you're going to see it used to get the sub tank also. So we're going to kill the sub. Weapon cancel, charge up for a neon. You want to slope jump right at the top of this little slope here, because that will get you all the height that you need to get to the double neon to the heart. And there's the surface jump. Now, if you surface jump like that, you barely grab the bottom here, which is what I do. But as an alternative, you can also jump on that lift, which I don't actually mention that in the tutorial. But I don't know if I can get a double neon again. There we go. That's a little bit faster, I think. I just don't do it yet. And then there's the backup. If you don't do neons, that was too high. I bumped off the top there. Your hand placement needs to be right about here. The red hands need to be above this line on this ledge, or on the ground here. There we go. Just like that. Coming up next is to get to the Subtank. As soon as you grab the heart tank, you're going to dash off the ledge, switch to strike chain, and start charging up to full. And you're going to fall back into the water. Now, when X comes into the water, you're going to see some bubbles from his re-entry. Do not move left or right until those bubbles are gone, because if you move left or right as you enter the water, the bubbles actually cause lag. I'm not sure why that happens, but that's just how it is. Now, as we fall, you're gonna hang against this wall here, and as soon as you clear this ceiling, you're gonna hold right again. And once you reach this little part of the background, this little wavy part of the background where you actually get to see the background, you're going to release the chain. Now, this is not actually particular to skill. It's just a visual cue of when to release the chain. So when you release the chain here, demonstrated at point A, when the chain comes out here at point B, you're going to see a little jellyfish enemy. The ideal situation, you want to kill that jellyfish and grab the bottom of the this little part right here. This is going to propel you forward, where you can actually bypass all this. And there's another jellyfish down here that can get in your way. But you get down here, and this gives you a clean, straight shot up to this section where you get the Subtank. And just like getting the heart tank, you need to do a slope jump, and then you only need one neon to get up to the surface to get the Subtank. If you do miss the first neon, you still have the second charge as a backup. So it's kind of hard to get the precise release point for this chain, so you may have to try it a couple times. So here we go, and got it. I actually got a good one. Missed the first neon, and there's the second. For the third section, after picking up the Subtank, you're going to dash off the ledge, do a surface jump, and this is just to get you over to close to this little staggered ceiling, which you're going to cleverly use the strike chain that you're going to switch back to. You're just going to tap chain a couple times as you fall. This is to keep you keep moving forward, because X's descent without the use of chain is actually too steep. And if you do that, it's going to send you down into the abyss right here. This is if you just fell straight. But by using the chain, it keeps you moving forward. So then eventually when you get down to here and you have to descend without the chain, you're at the right angle to get to this little part of the ground here where this jellyfish is. It's a little tricky at first, but once you practice it a couple times, it's actually quite simple. You just don't want to get too close, because the chain can actually pull you all the way to the to these little walls, and then you lose your dash speed, and you have to re-dash and start over. I will probably attempt this a couple of times, because it's a little bit different depending how close you get to the wall. Now that time I touched, but if you do touch the wall, be sure to re-dash. Don't just fall at normal walk speed, because that's very bad. And I hit the wall again. Now that was almost perfect, but I didn't hit the wall, which is very important because I kept dash speed all the way to that section. So we're going to try it again. There we go. And then once you get to this section, you're going to charge up chain again, do a big jump, do 2 wall jumps, and once you get to this door, you're going to release the chain, and the chain's going to pull you right in close to the door. Now for the final climb section, and the directions start from the bottom here, and we go our way up. So once you pass through the second door, you're going to fire a little chain to grab the bottom part of this wall here, and it's going to propel you forward. You're going to dash jump over the screwdriver enemy, fire a chain into the wall, do 2 wall jumps up here. You're going to repeat the process. Then you're going to do a little clever zigzag action, and you're going to weapon cancel to get up this section, because you're going to use dash shots for the rest of these enemies up top here. So it's chain, dash jump, chain, 2 wall jumps, dash jump, chain, 2 jumps, weapon cancel, and then we're going to get to here, and then we'll stop and we'll go again. Make sure you weapon cancel before you get up to here. Now, if you have lost health, you may get some health refills, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Just pick up the health and keep going. So we're going to go back to the visual here. Now, from this point, which is where X is, you're going to dash jump at the wall, do another dash jump, and then do a dash shot before you crash into the enemy that's on the ledge. And that'll clear them out of the way so you can have another platform. Then you're going to repeat again, just switch directions. And then for the last one, there's no enemy, so you're just going to do a dash jump, another dash jump, and grab this capsule if you want, and then do a dash jump and shoot the lemon at this last guy. And you want to wait, and if you do this fast enough, these enemies shooting these 3 projectiles should never be in your way. Just like that. You're going to do that twice. Just like that. And then, now if you get hit by any of these guys, if you don't do these jumps very precise, you'll fall back down. Just like that. I'll do it again after I kill you and you, but you'll be there anyway. Just like that. So it's full dash jump, full dash jump, dash jump, and then 2 more. Full left, full right. Let's try that again. Full left, full right, right, left, right. And then once for that last enemy, you're going to charge up to wheel and get ready for the boss fight. That wasn't perfect, but it's good enough. Now, the boss fight's a little tricky. The basic idea, you want to keep wheels on top of Crab the entire time, although his pattern's a little bit unpredictable. If he does bubble here, you may see a double hit. If he does it. Nope. But if he does that pattern, you want to release the wheel right into his body. You don't want to leave any spokes projecting out. Otherwise, you have to wait for them all to disappear before you can recharge again. He's kind of unpredictable at times, but you can manipulate him by being on top of him. Like so. That can help you to kind of control him. Ooh, a 4-hit. The idea, when you shoot a small wheel like that, you want to, by taking the damage, I'll keep fighting Crab here, but the idea, by taking a strategic time damage off of his Crab Claw when he gets ready to jump up, actually keeps him on the ground longer and allows you to get those extra hits with the wheel. You want to keep him controlled as much as possible. So if you can keep him stunned from the wheel, it's much better for you in the long run. Because if you get him running out of control and you can't control him, the fight becomes very long. There's the double hit that I was hoping to get. If he does the bubble pattern from the start, you can do that and get 8 quick damage on him. Although it only works if he does the bubble pattern. There's the damage boost to keep him on the ground. Although that fight wasn't supposed to be optimal, it was just to demonstrate what you can do to him during the fight. You could always consult my gold split Crab to see kind of how fast the fight really goes. And that concludes this tutorial.